Good boy! I've been waiting to do this review a long time. Long time meaning 3 weeks at most. Hello there, guys. It's your waifu, Joseph Brostar, and today I'm bringing you all the review for Battle Tendency. It's finally here. Oh yeah, and happy September. September 1st is when this video is gonna come up, and the reason is that I've named September my Joseph Appreciation Month, since his birthday is on September 27th, which will be one day before my Diamond is Unbreakable review. So in this month we'll get to review all the parts that Joseph is in. So isn't that great? Now let me just pause and switch the song so that this video is less likely to get cut down for copy strike. Oh yeah, you probably can't see Joseph in the background. Move him closer. So yes, I got this. I got this in mid-July at the Anime Expo. I thought it's so great that I should show you. Man, just love this boy too much. That's why I cosplay him. I love him too much. That big man. Hey, I'm back. So here's a good point to resume the song with less of a chance of this video getting copy strike, getting down for copy strike. So anyway, Phantom Blood is where JoJo really started, but sorry, I screwed up. Battle Tendency is where JoJo really started. And I'm gonna explain to you, beautiful, magnificent people. I'll best explain to you why that is. And I'll not be revealing major spoilers for part 2, but I'll be revealing some plot points. So if you want to watch this with a fresh set of eyes, I recommend you should watch it right now. It starts at episode 10 of the 2012 anime, but if you haven't watched part 1, this will be a problem because this will also have spoilers for part 1, especially the ending episode of part 1. So I'll give you 5 seconds to click away. Okay. Now that we are done, I'll just give a recap. So, Jonathan, he died at the end episode of part 1. Dio killed him. He was only a head. He killed Jonathan, and then they both blew up with the ship that was sending them to America in order for Jonathan and Darina to enjoy their honeymoon. Well, And we were all questioning what we were gonna see next in part 2. And we were surprised. First of all, let me tell you that between parts there are a bit of time skips. Some huge ones, some not so major ones. So between part 1 and part 2 there are 50 years. Part 1 takes place in 1880s England, and part 2 takes place in pre-World War II Europe for the most part. Okay, so I'm gonna say that time skips are a great way of storytelling in my point of view, and in many other fans' point of view, and not just in JoJo's. Like there's the best example I can put it is in One Piece, the 2-year time skip, where we get to see what the crew was up to when they got separated. That's that. So we got the setting for part 2 out of the way, which is pre-World War II, the pre-World War II world. Yeah, so sorry about the hand bit. Battle tendency. The story of JoJo is carried overseas from England to America, and we see a new JoJo, Joseph Joestar. No, it's not much younger than JoJo. He's 18 at the part. JoJo was Jonathan was 19 at the Phantom Blood. We can see in the first episode that they are very different. Jonathan is an honest and a noble boy, while Joseph basically cheats in every sense of the way, and he's more strategic than Jonathan. And we can see this when we first encounter him, that an African American boy has stolen his wallet, and the boy gets assaulted by two crooked cops, and they offered the boy Smokey a way out by Mula, but then Joseph saves him with in the most badass way possible, which is he holds a Coca-Cola, and back in the day they were glass bottles, and the cups were made of metal. So he uses Hamon in order to make the Coca-Cola pop, and hits one of the cop's fingers and breaks it before he's about to shoot the gun. Taste Coca-Cola, taste the feeling of getting your finger broken. And before that he a cop put a booger on him, and Joseph shoved the cop's finger way up his nose, and he lost a tooth anyway. Joseph is a badass in every sense of the way. Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Joseph is a more senile Joseph. he still got some of his shine back in his part 2 days and part 3 days, but he's mostly seen in part 4, and I'll go over to it when I do my part 4 review. So the characters which come back are of course Erina, who becomes Joseph's grandmother after Jonathan died and his mother died of an illness, and his father George Joestar II died during a flight accident at night time. Don't wanna spoil too much about that, but yeah, so that's what happened. I'm sorry, I got way ahead of myself there, so I'll explain this encounter that Joseph had with the cops a little better in saying that the scene portrays his character very well. He acts cocky. He does have a strategy for everything, like we saw, and he basically was afraid because he lost his temper. He was afraid that his grandmother would get angry at him. So Joseph, the badass that he is afraid of his grandmother. It's much it's much like Goku, one of if not the strongest being in the universe, is afraid of his wife. So it's basically the same thing. Yeah, funny how that turned. So we know that Joseph is not like Jonathan. Jonathan was a straightforward character, and they didn't think ahead sometimes and just reacted to situations. Like in the second episode in Augur Street, he was about to be knifed, so he just blocked with his arm. He didn't think much of anything. All he thought was like, okay, I'm badass enough, and my arm can stop this knife, which it did. But Joseph, he uses his mind, and I'm not getting on Jonathan, because Jonathan is a great character for the part, but if you put him with the rest of the JoJo's, he's rather a forgettable character, because he doesn't have those other traits that all the other JoJo's have. It all started with Joseph Joestar. Their characteristics, they all took something from Joseph. Araki took something from Joseph and added it to the rest of the JoJo's, which makes Joseph a much better character than people give him credit for. And for that, I like Joseph, because he paved the way for the rest of the JoJo's. While Jonathan is a unique character. He's an acquired taste to be. You must have an acquired taste for him to be your favorite JoJo, and I commend you for that. You have a great taste if Jonathan is your favorite JoJo. Though some will say Jotaro is a much better JoJo, but they have read the manga, and reading the manga is for normies. I'm just kidding. I read the manga at least up to part 6, and I'm in the middle of part. So back to Joseph. Joseph is a thinking character who thinks rather quickly, because the situations remind him to do so. And rather than think out of the box, Joseph thinks as if there is no box. I'm not very good at metaphors, but I hope that metaphor has sufficed. Now, to finish this video off, this part of, I'm planning to make it a 3 video series reviewing battle tendency. So to finish this off, I wanna give a summary. So we start with a shot of an airfield, and we see Speedwagon, and we're all happy that Speedwagon is back, and we see him with a familiar character, Straight. He looks much older, because this is 50 years in the future after Phantom Blood, and that's the main focus. So they go to the jungles of Mexico to investigate a certain pillar. There's a man stuck in the pillar. They know him as the Pillar Man, and beside him is a bunch of stone masks, implying that this being has created the stone mask. And it was great for Straits, because his plan was to kill all the crew that went to investigate with Speedwagon, and him kill Speedwagon, which unfortunately he pulls off, or at least it seems that way, and he turns into a vampire. He goes to New York. I think it's Manhattan. I don't know. I've never been there. You guys can tell me in the comments. So he goes to New York to hunt Joseph, because Joseph he knew Hamon at the age of 13. So Straight sees Joseph's potential, and if he grows, he will certainly become a threat to Straight, and his plans will be foiled. So he goes. He greets Joseph in front of a cafe. Not so good way, more like, I don't care if you're in front of these people, Joseph Joestar. I'll kill you right now, so you cannot become a threat to me later. And I expected Joseph to do some sort of Hammond technique on Straits that will incapacitate him, at least for a time. But no, Joseph pulls out a Tommy gun and just rips Straits off bullets. And that's another insight into his character, because we see that Joseph only wants to survive, and he doesn't care what methods he does. So he, unlike his grandfather, he doesn't care about using dirty ways. Jonathan wouldn't do something so dishonorable, but guess what? Battle tendency is so good. Joseph is so good because he isn't his grandfather. And I have to commend Araki for making such a bold choice of not making Jonathan character so beloved in the part, for making Joseph so much different to that of his grandfather. So anyway, back to the story. The battle goes on, and Joseph uses most of his tricks, and and the scene I loved, I guess, when he just attaches a grenade to to Straight's scarf, and just and Straight just throws it away. But in doing so, he unpins a plethora of grenades attached to the back of his scarf, and Straight basically blows up and is left there to regenerate. I love that Joseph did that. That he thought in such a way so quickly. Seems like Joseph was prepared for a situation like this. It just seems so. So anyway, the battle, it ends on a bridge, and Straight blows himself up with Hammond, but not before telling him about the Pillar Man that was taken by the Nazis and is hidden in Mexico in a secret base. So Joseph goes to Mexico. He confronts a soldier who tells him information about the base, and he learns that Speedwagon is alive. He wasn't killed. Thank God. And I'll try to finish this in less than 10 minutes. I apologize. So Joseph sneaks his way into the Nazi base, and inside there a soldier, a general named von Stroheim, interrogates Speedwagon with a truth serum. Oh no, it isn't truth serum. But if it makes you spell out the truth, it is a truth serum. Sorry, Ant-Man reference. Yeah, and the way to awaken the Pillar Man, I guess if he just absorbs blood. So von Stroheim incarcerates this whole lot of Mexicans, and they kill everyone except the boy who showed potential of braveness. But we don't hear from him again. So the Pillar Man awakens. He's named Santana. No, their band Santana. Wait, was it a band or was it an artist? But I don't know. I'll search it up afterward. So Joseph fights Santana, and von Stroheim helps. So he's not so bad after all. Wait, are the Nazis the good guys? Well, that sounds wrong. Yes, it does, but come on, it's JoJo. So before finishing Santana off, he just enters von Stroheim's body through his asshole. Maybe that's what happened, but von Stroheim has to blow himself up, and before the grenade explodes, he tells Joseph about 3 other Pillar Men in Europe. in Rome specifically. So he has to go there and contact an ally that got speedwagons, that speedwagon knows that will, who will definitely help in that situation. Okay, so this ally is none other than Caesar Sepoli, grandson of William Sepoli. So, we see again Speedwagon, Joestar, and Sepoli once again team up. So, they are taken by Caesar's friend to where the other three pillar men are. They go there at night, which is useless information, but anyway, and they see that everybody who was on guard had been massacred because the three pillar men had awakened. Wamu, ACDC, and Cars are the three pillar men, the three main villains of the part, may I add. And they are after a certain stone called the Red Stone of Asia, which will help them, make them immortal. So they, perfect beings. So if they get their hands on the stone, guess what? Everybody's good. So Joseph confronts one of the pillarmen called Wamu, the weakest of the three, but stronger than Santana. And basically Joseph is about to lose and is about to get killed, but not before Joseph pulls off a bluff. Listen, so well that Caesar, who despised the Joestar family, unlike William, Caesar is also the opposite. He hates the Joestars, but after hearing Joseph's bluff, Caesar came to admire the man. So what Joseph proposed is he gets to train for a month in order to defeat Wamu. And Wamu accepts, but with one condition. In order for Joseph not got to run away, he gets a ring that will unleash the poison in 33 days, puts it around Joseph's cock. One of the vessels in his heart, and an antidote. There's the antidote in Wamu's lip piercing. So Joseph has to basically defeat the mortal being. He has 33 days to train. He has to kill an immortal being in that short space of time. But wait, also SEDC, the second strongest, sees this as a game, and also puts a ring around Joseph's tentacles. His wind pipe. So now Joseph has to defeat not one but two immortal beings in 33 days, or else he's basically dead. And then he tried to remove the rings. Will result in Joseph's death. So Caesar and Joseph both come and see Caesar's coach in Venice called Lisa. She's very important to the story. So, and that's basically the summary. Joseph has to train in 33 days in order to take those antidotes and save himself, and the pillar men are in search of the stone, which is in Lisa's possession, by the way. When von Stroheim comes back, he's a cyborg now. He's the coolest character.